I changed a little bit from year 8 to 12, but I entered school quite enthusiastic, but quite quiet. I was not a big talker. I didn't really have that many close friends that I kept from primary school. I did sort of get about my business of working hard and studying hard. I guess I had my strong interests going into high school, music and then many areas, I guess, of academics. And I found that I had some quite inspiring teachers from the outset who were very, very encouraging. And I owe so much to Dr. Brand, in that I remember doing a lot of sort of harp exams that he was taking. He'd give me great feedback and I'd be set on my way. In debating the waddle competition that I started in year 8 with some friends in my English class under the watchful guidance of Mr. Redden, who was my first English teacher and a wonderful inspiration. And so that I sort of carried that through to year 12 and it became one of my great passions, really. So that was debating. In the case of chorale, it seemed that because I entered Trinity on a music scholarship, it was essential that I attended chorale. And not only was it essential, but it was something that I dearly wanted to be part of. It wasn't simply a compulsory activity on Friday morning. And it's interesting because I think senior chorale at Trinity is actually quite a special, it's something of a community in that you get boys that are more typically associated with let's say the first 18 or the rowing crew or something like that. And they come along and they sing and they get in touch with their artistic sensibilities. So many of those years at Trinity were I could really consider some of the best years I've had, I reckon. Just heading into year 8 and really hitting the ground running was, in retrospect, one of probably the greatest times I've had. But then when it comes to the really special moments, I think Kairos in year 12 would have to be the one best moment at school. When I say moment, I mean, I think it was 4 or 5 days retreat. That was really orchestrated, you might say, by Mr. O'Neill, who I hope is still here because he's such an inspiration, such a wonderful teacher. But it would be a very special time where you'd be able to get in touch with, I guess, those thoughts and feelings that we call our spirituality. And as a fairly sort of academically minded person, often these thoughts are kept to the side. They don't seem as valid perhaps or something. But in Trinity, particularly with people like Ken O'Neill and other members of the religious education faculty, it's really encouraged that you get a sense of the religious, the spiritual, the emotional side of life, which is incredibly important, I think, for anyone. I'm studying medicine now, actually. I do a lot of juggling, so I feel like sometimes I'm torn between music and medicine, but for now I'm managing both. Now that I'm a few years out of school, I feel I can say that what's special about Trinity seems to be it's very nurturing. Many of us, we really didn't feel judged to explore musical avenues in addition to those of sport. Approach life with an open mind so that you're prepared to receive different points of view and not to get too caught up in your own world, because there's so much out there. And even in the tight-knit community that Trinity is, there are so many very special people who have a lot of wisdom to offer on all subjects just about. And I wish I'd had the special conversations I had, particularly in year 12, earlier.